Okay, we are live in 5, 4, 3. Hey, good afternoon, folks. This is Ryan. You're here tuned into our video marketing for auto retail webcast. And this is something that we do pretty much about once a month, towards the middle or end of the month on Thursdays. And usually we get a group of people together and have a conversation about how they're using video technology and trends and tactics and strategies within automotive. Now today's January 23rd, Thursday, January 23rd. I don't have a group today, but that's fine. Let's keep it short and sweet. And if you're here backstage on the Zoom, then feel free to raise your hand. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to throw out things that you might want to talk about. And if you want me to turn your camera on so that you can be part of the conversation, then feel free to do that as well. What I have in line for us today, I was just going to look at the agenda for NADA. I really didn't see much going on in relation to video. Sorry, I'm trying to look for a window here and it's just not popping. And I think it is, that's why. There we go. Try this again. I was looking on NADA's website, which is pretty much a month away, and really didn't see anything specific to video. I see a lot of marketing stuff, obviously, but nothing really specific to video. I had a couple TikTok videos that I'm thinking of showing. Talk about those, see how those are being used, and also wanted to introduce you to something new that that's been introduced recently by a colleague who's been on the program a few times, from Dave Rozek. So here's what I'm gonna do. We'll go over the NADA site. We had a session in our tech show last week or the week before last, and kind of did a preview of NADA. I'm sorry, it was part of our advanced auto retail session. And the digital super track is something new they have, creating an effective Facebook strategy, demystifying the future of car shopping and buying, and then digital marketing, making the right decisions. Now, I don't know what curriculum is going on in this one here. I was curious to see if they had anything related to video that might be in there. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get this YouTube thing going here. Sorry about this. And I had a few people lined up like I usually do, and a lot of times last minute they don't make it. So sometimes you just get me. Give me 1 sec here. There we go. All right. Boom, bada bing. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. If you look under education, look under workshop and schedule. I came under here. If you look under their tracks, we were just on digital super track. Nothing under here. Fixed ops, human leadership. So go to marketing. And there's really nothing specific here to video, which I was surprised by. A lot of times at these conferences, you get lots of good content around the use of video. So very surprised to see that. Optimizing your website. Digital retailing's clearly all over the place. Now, landing page strategies, I would hope that they're going to incorporate some video into that session, because what's a good landing page without some good effective video? Your marketing backwards, optimizing your site, age of retailing. So yeah, that's it. So really surprised to see that. But if you find anything related to video and NADA, feel free to share it here. I forgot to mention, we do record these, even though they're streamed live on YouTube. You can always get the archive, but we do record these, and I feature them on the Auto Converse podcast. Okay, let me make sure I got the right screen here. So Car Talk Weekly, if you've tuned in here before, you've likely seen or maybe even already know Dave Rozek. Dave does work on the retail side here in my area, in the Chicago area. Dave also does a lot of consulting as well. And he and a colleague, Hannah Bolds, recently launched Car Talk Weekly. So you can see I'm here on their LinkedIn page, and that's the same old LinkedIn page. They do have a YouTube channel. you can check out. I had a couple of videos that I was going to share that they recently came out with. Now, these are TikTok videos. If you give me a second, I'll find there's some other videos as well. In fact, I'm just going to go to his profile. Let's do that. That'll make everything a lot easier. Let's see here. All right, Dave Rozek, go to activity. Dave's a good guy. He's really, really smart, knows the car business really well. And I'm excited to see what he's doing here with the Car Talk weekly concept. Here's what I'm going to play is, it's got a couple TikTok videos. Now, if you have kids, you've probably heard of TikTok. You probably see them using it. It's quite a popular app these days. It's taken the international community, teen community, preteen community by storm. Here is, don't know if you can hear the audio. It's really loud in my ears. Now, if you look at the framing here, very small frame, because TikTok's meant to be on your phone. And the audio in the background, it's kind of like a country twang, almost hip hop country twang type of feel. It's a 50-second video, which I think is really smart, keeping it short and sweet. I don't think there's any branding elements. It's just Car Talk Weekly. So there's no dealership, I think, elements that are showing up in here. Here's a different one. This is the Range Rover. And what I'm going to do is pop these out because they're prohibiting me from actually hearing the audio. I'm going to switch out my audio here and play this. We want this. Here we go. Well, why it's so hard to get audio out of here. Okay, there's not much audio going on this. That's probably why. There we go. So there's no talk track on here.
Yes, we're done.
There we go. Yeah. So a little bit of energy, a little bit of spontaneity, if you will. So that's a good example, I think, of, and these Car Talk Weekly videos are meant to be used. They're making them so that dealers would pick up on them and share them. Now, Dave's sharing them here on LinkedIn, but these could be provided to a dealer for use or syndicated. Let me go through. Here's a couple others he's got. Now, this is two. You got two people in a car doing an off-road track. Not even a track, like actually off-road. I'm going to cut the audio here.
We're going to start by going that way. We're going to come around to the left. We're going to find that 10G.
Yeah, good. Now, I'm not going to play this whole video. It's 13 minutes, but they're actually taking the Defender off-road and having a conversation about it. One of these guys, yeah, so Nolan is probably the driver. So again, these are the types of videos. Let me go to their YouTube channel. These are the types of videos that are going to grab a lot of attention. It's been up 2 days, 600 views. And you as a dealer obviously would want to, I should probably subscribe to this. You as a dealer would want to subscribe to a channel like this, and you can share these videos. Like I'm going to show you right here. One thing you can do is create playlists on your channel, right? Create a playlist for your models, for demos, test drives, whatever you want. And when you find these videos, you just add them to your playlist. Another great thing, I'm about to talk about Twitter. One thing I do, especially on a long video, all right, let's say you think this part's really cool at 3:38. Hit this share button right here and hit start at. And then you can send that video out to customers, prospects. You can schedule tweets. You can put them up on Facebook. That's another thing. You could link right to the spot in the video, and that way, when someone clicks on it, they don't have to go searching for it. And when I do that, you want to mention at 3:38 in the video. But it's a really cool feature if you're not aware of that. So you can add to your playlists and you can share. I'm on a kind of a dummy YouTube channel that I use for show. Um, so that's Car Talk Weekly. Very good stuff. Follow Dave Rozek. Follow Car Talk Weekly on LinkedIn. Get subscribed to the YouTube channel. Final thing I found today I thought had some legs. See if anyone's got any questions here. Like I said, guys, this is gonna be short and sweet. I'm almost done here. Had a few things to show you that came up. I got two more things to show you. Here's a video from Brian Pash at PCG. It's on CBT's website. He does a lot of video on CBT. I'm not going to play the audio. He's basically talking here about using Twitter video advertising so you can get targeted placement. I'd love to hear some feedback on dealers that might be utilizing Twitter in that capacity. It's common to set up videos on Facebook, but are you doing them? Are you doing them on Twitter too? I don't know how the targeting is for Twitter, so that's love to hear feedback on that. Maybe we'll even reach out to Brian and get him to chime in on that. But that came up. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch my screen and wrap this up. Give me a second here. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. All right. So normally I have 2 or 3 folks up here. We have these, we kind of get into some robust conversations today. Wasn't able to pull that off. And just wanted to get a few pieces up here for you to watch. But our next session will be about this time next month, be after NADA, right after NADA. But here's the cool thing. This is an open public forum. So once you register, that actually gets you access to be on the Zoom backstage here. So you can you can ask questions, raise hands. We could even turn your video on. It's a one-time registration. And then you're automatically included. You'll be invited to our Slack member network. That's where we keep archives of all this content. So you always have access to it. It is on our YouTube channel, but it's also in Slack as well. And as a caveat, not a caveat, but as a benefit for signing up, you're going to get access to this very robust video marketing for auto retailers webinar series. It's a webinar that Tim James and I did last year he's from Flick Fusion, COO. And look at the videos we have in here. Intro to the series, but we have video marketing to video or not to video. Because one of the arguments is if you're not going to do video great, if you're not going to do it well or thoroughly, then you might not want to do it at all. And I think that's a legitimate statement is, sorry, if you're going to have a strategy, you're going to have, you want a good one. Part B is different types of videos that you can do. There's, we get into personality videos. That's the marketing that guys like Al Patron do, Bowtie Terrence, if you've seen them. There's test drive videos, walk around videos, you name it. There's lots of types of videos. So that's in there. Part C, we get into equipment and lighting and software, kind of a crash course on some of the things you have to consider if you want to get into doing video. And then part D is where it really gets high tech. Start talking about things like hosting and distribution and targeting and controlling the user experience through data. And that's a passion area for Tim. So this whole series is free. It's about an hour's worth of informative content. It's free when you sign up for the series. As soon as you sign up, we'll send you a link to that and you'll have access to it at all times. Now, the video marketing for auto retail discussion series is one of 6 auto retail marketing webcast programs that we run. Each of these has their own individual registration. So they each require their own registration, all free. And we do a webinar like this, get a few people on. Great opportunity to, again, collaborate, network, and exchange ideas around these subject matters. So sign up for one, sign up for them all. Obviously, the more you sign up, you'll get some noise. There's a link here to our calendar. so you can see when we do these. Okay. And all of this is featured on the AutoConverse podcast. So great podcast content. If you're a podcast enthusiast or try or want to be, go search for AutoConverse in your preferred podcast app. So thanks again. I am Ryan Gerardi. And if you're not part of our LinkedIn community, look under the community section. There's a link here to our LinkedIn influencers group. And you can also set up your free member profile on Slack. Let us know what you think. Let us know any special requests and let us know what you're doing. We want to hear from you. Make it yours. Totally make this yours. Have a great day, everyone. I'm going to sign off.